Welcome, devoted fans, to another gripping edition of TV Day's Drama Digest. Today, we're diving headfirst into the swirling vortex of secrets, motives, and betrayals that define the heart-pounding world of Days of Our Lives. At the center of this storm is none other than Chanel Dupree, a character whose enigmatic presence has kept viewers on the edge of their seats for weeks. Could Chanel, with her poised exterior and complex history, be hiding a monumental secret? Is it possible that she is the true culprit behind the shocking shooting of E.J. DiMera? Buckle up, because we're about to unravel the tangled web of motives, confrontations, and revelations that could change Salem forever. A motive born from heartbreak. To understand why Chanel might be at the heart of this explosive mystery, we need to rewind and examine the events that have brought her to this pivotal moment. E.J. DiMera, the suave yet ruthless patriarch of the DiMera family, has never been one to shy away from making enemies. His actions ripple through Salem like a stone thrown into a still pond, and Chanel has found herself caught in the wake of his decisions. The crux of her motive lies in the deep wounds inflicted upon her husband, Johnny DiMera, and the devastating loss of a dream that could have forever altered her life. Johnny, Chanel's devoted husband, has endured a torrent of suffering, much of it traceable to E.J.'s machinations. As the head of the DiMera empire, E.J.'s decisions have often placed Johnny in impossible situations, forcing him to navigate a labyrinth of family loyalty and personal ambition. But the true breaking point came when E.J. intervened in a deeply personal matter, the adoption of Tate and Sophia's child. For Chanel, this was more than just a family squabble. It was a gut-wrenching betrayal that robbed her of the chance to become a mother. The adoption process had been Chanel's beacon of hope, a light in the darkness of her tumultuous life in Salem. She and Johnny had poured their hearts into preparing for this child, envisioning a future filled with love and family. But E.J., with his characteristic disregard for others' emotions, stepped in and derailed their plans. Whether driven by his own agenda or a desire to exert control, E.J.'s actions left Chanel reeling. The pain of losing this opportunity was not just a personal loss, it was a wound that cut to the core of her identity. Could this betrayal have been the spark that ignited a fire of vengeance within Chanel? Could it have driven her to take drastic, even violent, action against E.J.? The night of the shooting, a web of suspicion. Let's set the scene. A dark, stormy night in Salem, the kind that seems tailor-made for secrets and sins to come to light. E.J. DiMera is found sprawled on the ground, a bullet wound in his chest, his life hanging by a thread. The town is thrown into chaos as accusations fly and fingers point in every direction. But as the dust settles, one name keeps surfacing: Chanel Dupree. Chanel's connection to the shooting is not immediately obvious, which is precisely what makes her such a compelling suspect. She's not the type to wear her emotions on her sleeve, nor is she prone to reckless outbursts. But beneath her polished exterior lies a woman who has been pushed to her limits. The night of the shooting, witnesses recall seeing Chanel in a heated exchange with E.J. at the DiMera mansion. Their voices echoed through the opulent halls, laced with anger and unresolved tension. What was said during this confrontation? Did Chanel's emotions boil over, leading her to pick up a gun in a moment of desperation? The evidence, while circumstantial, is tantalizing. A scarf, unmistakably Chanel's, was found near the scene of the crime, its delicate fabric stained with traces of gunpowder residue. A neighbor reported hearing raised voices, followed by the unmistakable crack of a gunshot. And then there's the matter of Chanel's whereabouts during the critical moments after the shooting. Her alibi is shaky at best. She claims to have been at the bakery, but no one can confirm her presence there. These fragments of evidence, like pieces of a shattered mirror, reflect a picture that is both incomplete and deeply unsettling. Belle and Jada close in as the investigation into E.J.'s shooting intensifies. Two of Salem's sharpest minds, Belle Black and Jada Hunter, are hot on the trail of the truth. Belle, with her legal acumen and relentless determination, has always been a force to be reckoned with. Jada, a detective with a keen eye for detail and an unyielding commitment to justice, is equally formidable. Together, they form a dynamic duo, piecing together clues that point directly to Chanel. Their breakthrough comes from an unexpected source, a hidden security camera at the DiMera mansion. The footage, grainy but damning, captures Chanel slipping out of the mansion just minutes after the gunshot rang out. Her expression is unreadable, but there's a tension in her movements, a hurried urgency that suggests she's hiding something. Belle and Jada waste no time in bringing Chanel in for questioning, and the interrogation scene that unfolds is nothing short of electrifying. Picture this: Chanel seated in a stark interrogation room, her usual confidence replaced by a guarded demeanor. Jada leans forward, her eyes boring into Chanel's, while Belle stands by the door, arms crossed, her silence more intimidating than any question. "Where were you when EJ was shot?" Jada asks, her voice calm but laced with steel. Chanel's response is measured, but there's a tremor in her voice that betrays her nerves. "I was at the bakery," she insists, but the lie hangs heavy in the air. Jada presses harder, presenting the scarf, the footage, the inconsistencies in Chanel's story. The room crackles with tension as Chanel's composure begins to crack. Will Chanel finally admit the truth? Or will she double down, weaving a new web of deception to protect herself? The stakes couldn't be higher. A confession could shatter her life, her marriage, and her place in Salem. But silence might only delay the inevitable, as Belle and Jada are relentless in their pursuit of justice. The psychology of Chanel. A woman on the edge to understand whether Chanel could truly be capable of such a drastic act, we must delve into her psyche. Chanel Dupree is no stranger to hardship. From her tumultuous childhood to her complex relationships in Salem, she has faced more than her share of challenges. Yet, she has always managed to rise above, her resilience a testament to her strength. But even the strongest among us have their breaking points, and Chanel's may have been reached the night EJ was shot. The loss of the adoption was more than just a disappointment, it was a profound betrayal. For Chanel, motherhood represented a chance to rewrite her own story, to create a legacy of love and stability. EJ's interference didn't just take away a child, it took away her hope. Add to that the strain of her marriage to Johnny, who has been caught in the crossfire of his family's drama, and it's easy to see how Chanel might have been pushed to the brink. Psychologically, Chanel's actions could be seen as a classic case of suppressed rage erupting under pressure. She's not a cold-blooded killer, but she is human, capable of making impulsive decisions in the heat of the moment. Did she plan to shoot EJ, or was it a spontaneous act born from a fleeting moment of fury? The answer lies in the complex interplay of her emotions, her motives, and the events of that fateful night. The ripple effects in Salem: if Chanel is indeed the culprit, the fallout will be seismic. Johnny, already torn between his loyalty to his family and his love for Chanel, will face an impossible choice. Will he stand by his wife, even if it means turning his back on the DiMera legacy? Or will he side with his family, seeking justice for his brother? The tension between Johnny and Chanel could fracture their marriage, leaving them both to grapple with the wreckage of their once-happy union. Beyond the DiMera family, the revelation of Chanel's involvement would send shockwaves through Salem. Friends like Allie Horton and Paulina Price would be forced to confront their own loyalties, while enemies like Kristen DiMera might seize the opportunity to exploit the chaos for their own gain. The town, already a hotbed of secrets and scandals, would be pushed to its limits as alliances shift and new rivalries emerge. And what of EJ himself? Assuming he survives the shooting, his recovery will be anything but straightforward. The knowledge that Chanel, someone he once considered family, could be responsible for his near-death experience would be a bitter pill to swallow. EJ is not known for his forgiveness, and his quest for retribution could set the stage for an even darker chapter in Salem's history. The bigger picture. Secrets and lies in Salem. Chanel's potential involvement in EJ's shooting is more than just a single storyline. It's a microcosm of the themes that define Days of Our Lives. At its core, this is a story about secrets and the devastating consequences of their revelation. Salem is a town built on lies, where every character harbors their own hidden truths. Chanel's secret, if confirmed, would be just one thread in a larger tapestry of deception. But it's also a story about redemption. If Chanel is guilty, will she find a way to atone for her actions? Can she rebuild the trust she's broken, or will she be forever marked by her choices? These questions are what keep viewers coming back, week after week, eager to see how the drama unfolds. What's next for Chanel? As we await the next episode, the tension is palpable. Belle and Jada are closing in, and Chanel's carefully constructed facade is beginning to crumble. Will she confess, revealing the truth about that fateful night? Or will she find a way to outmaneuver her accusers, preserving her secret at the cost of her soul? One thing is certain, the truth will come out. In Salem, it always does. Whether it's through a dramatic courtroom showdown, a tearful confession, or a shocking twist that no one saw coming, the mystery of EJ's shooting will be resolved. And when it is, Chanel Dupree will either emerge as a redeemed heroine or a fallen figure, forever changed by the choices she's made. So, dear readers, what do you think? Is Chanel the mastermind behind EJ's shooting, driven by a potent mix of betrayal and heartbreak? Or is she merely a pawn in a larger game, caught in the crosshairs of Salem's endless drama? Share your thoughts with us, and we hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.